here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, after accidentally deleting my episode review and breakdown for episode 2 last week. Now it's time for episode 3, and let's just hope I don't delete it this time. I mean, fingers crossed. But this was another great episode of the series, especially we just had such a fantastic episode of The Flash on last night as well, which, by the way, you can also check out my episode review and breakdown for that too. And then this was just as good. This was, this show is just so good so far. I really hope this doesn't end up being like most of the other CW shows where they have like an amazing first season and then after that it goes downhill. But I don't know. I'm enjoying it while I can because this show is so good here with these first 3 episodes. So this, like I said, is the 3rd episode of the series. And the episode is titled The Perks of Not Being a Wallflower. So, of course, spoiler warning, we are breaking this down in depth. But let's go ahead and jump into this now. So, we start off the episode seeing the Kent family. They're having some family fun. They're painting the house. And then they're like being playful with it, just playing around and everything, having a good time. But then in the middle of it, Clark has got to go tend to an accident because there's a bridge falling apart. So we got some cool Superman scenes here, seeing him fly around, save people and stuff. So that was really pretty cool to see. I enjoyed seeing that. But this is where one of our big problems for the episode starts off. Because Jordan, now that he's going to school, that's great and everything. But of course, he's getting bullied. Specifically by Sean, Sarah's boyfriend. So he is not a big fan of that and he does not like that. But while he's getting bullied, you see that he's like about to use his powers. Like his fist starts to, turn into a fist and like his eyes start getting red. But then Clark can hear that. And we learn a little bit more about Clark's, super hearing powers in this episode. And then all of a sudden he shows up at the school and basically stops anything bad from happening. But of course the kids are upset at him now because now it's revealed that he's been spying on them. And I mean, you can't blame him because he is a parent. I mean, you got to worry about your kids, especially when he has superpowers and he has no idea how to control them. So, I mean, I get it. But then he promises not to do it again and everything's fine. So that's good and everything. But then another thing that really set things in motion this episode was that Jordan, when he went back to school the next day, he overheard Sarah talking to Sean. And, well, she broke up with him, so that's definitely some good news. And, of course, Jordan sees this as an opportunity because he's like, well, before I kissed her and we were really feeling a connection and everything, but she had a boyfriend, but now she doesn't. Now she's single, and I'm single, so we could mingle. And that's how things work there. So he's like, all right, what can I do to get her attention? I mean, really, he doesn't need to do anything because they already have a good relationship. But he's like, all right, so maybe I could try out for football. So he does that, and that was pretty cool to see. And I mean, it's totally something that I would do. Like, if I had superpowers, I would totally try out for the football team. That's going to get you all the ladies. So I would totally do that. And I mean, maybe I don't have superpowers, but maybe I should do it anyway. Football's fun. I like playing. But yeah, so he tries out, and of course he is great at it. He automatically becomes the MVP because he's just tackling everybody, taking everybody out. He's way better than Jonathan at football because, he has powers and everything. So that was really awesome to see. I mean, unfortunate for Jonathan because now he's got to go run laps. But you saw this a lot in the last episode too as well, how like Jonathan is actually really suffering from Jordan having powers. But this was really cool. I really like seeing Jordan on the team because, again, that's totally something that I would definitely do. And then during the second practice that we see, Sean, again, Sarah's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend now at this point, he wants a 1v1 against Jordan, pushing each other. It's a basic drill that you do in football. And he gets to choose his opponent, and he's like, yo, short stack. And, I'm kind of surprised they're still calling him that because, that's kind of a mean name, but he's literally out there tackling everybody on the field. But, yeah, so they go against each other. Obviously, Jordan completely obliterates him there. I mean, he doesn't cause any permanent damage or anything. But I love how after he knocked him down, he helped him back up and he apologized, because that football is actually helping him out here. It's not just to get the ladies. I mean, obviously it helps out with that. But also he's making friends. He's mending his relationship with Sean now. He's actually happy for once. So I really, really loved seeing this. But Clark is not happy about this, because when he finds out, he automatically confronts him about it. And he's like, you can't be doing this because you don't know how to control your powers and everything. But I do love how Jonathan, even after all the stuff that he's been put through because of Jordan having powers, he still stands up for his brother, and he's like, Jordan is happier than he's ever been, and I feel like he really needs football. So then eventually we do see Clark tell Jordan about how when he was a kid he used to like playing he wanted to play baseball, and he almost tried out but he didn't. But every day he regrets that, so he doesn't want that for his son. So he's like, alright, you know what? You can go ahead and you can play. So that's pretty cool there that he is now finally allowed to play football. And we do get another scene there at the end of the episode how Sarah and Jordan are a little flirty, and he's like, you coming to the game? She's like, do you want me to come to the game? All right, I'll come to the game. I'll be a bystander, which AKA means I'm going to watch you play some football. So yeah, things are heating up there. And then I also loved in the scene how we had Clark, being Clark basically, how he has to go around pretending to be clumsy and everything. And he had to pretend to be weak carrying around the water jug because now he is the assistant coach. So that'll help him be able to kind of keep an eye on Jordan without literally just spying on him. So that was pretty cool to see there. But speaking of Sarah, we do get some pretty interesting stuff going on with her in this episode as well, because we see at the beginning Kyle and Lana are picking her up from what I assume is probably therapy. And really just throughout this whole episode, Lana is just, she doesn't know what to do. I mean, that most parents that have teenage kids have this problem. Like, they don't know what to do. They don't know, like, their kids are always moody. Teenagers are always moody. They're always in a mood, and the parents never know what to do. They never know what they're feeling, and, they really don't know what to do. And we see this here with Lana in this episode. And we see that actually Sarah is a cheerleader, so just another reason for Jordan to want to be with her, because, cheerleaders are awesome. But then she actually quits the team, and her mother, Lana, is actually the coach of the cheer squad, and that's actually a big reference to Smallville, the best TV series of all time. I love that series, because in that series, when Lana was in high school, she was on the cheer squad. I think she was actually like the captain of the cheer squad, so that was a big reference there. But Sarah actually quits the team, so Lana is like, what is going on with you? And especially after Sarah trying to take her life the past summer, I think it was, obviously she's concerned. So they finally have a talk at the end of the episode, and Sarah basically reveals that she did it because she felt like her life was going nowhere, and she basically felt like she was becoming Lana, which is kind of sad, but they make up, they hug it out, and everything is good with them for now. But now let's go ahead and let's talk about Lois, because she now is working at the Smallville Gazette, and she is confronted by Sharon Powell, who brings a story to her at the Smallville Gazette, because apparently her son Derek was made an offer by Morgan Edge. So then Lois starts investigating this, and then all of a sudden her car gets set on fire, and clearly something is going on here. And I do love how we keep having these little conversations of Lois and Clark out on the porch, just having Clark reassure, you got, if this is what your gut is telling you, then you need to dive deeper, you need to go for this. So I love those little scenes that we get every episode, just them being such a great couple. I love seeing those porch scenes, so that was really cool to see again here. And so again, Lois investigates, and she actually goes to this guy's apartment that was actually watching her and taking pictures of her before in a very stalkerish, creepy way. So she goes to that guy's apartment and then calls Superman in. Turns out this guy somehow has super strength. But then Superman is fighting him and everything, and then Lois finds Sharon knocked out in the back, choking and tied up and everything, so that's definitely not good, but she's able to rescue her and save her. So that was good there as well. And Superman uses all of his powers to take out this bad guy. And then that's it for that stuff until we see the cliffhanger ending of this episode. Was we see that guy, somehow he escaped. I mean, why would Lois or Clark not even, like, call the cops, or Superman could have easily taken him to the police station or something. But no, for some reason he escaped, and he's just on the run now, and he's out there driving his car. And then all of a sudden he's stopped because there's this lady standing in the middle of the road walking towards him. And then all of a sudden her eyes light up red and she shoots laser eyes at him and kills this guy. And then she just walks away and she's like, it's done and everything. And I was like, what? So who is this? I mean, is this a Kryptonian? I'm not completely sure because, I mean, Clark is supposed to be the last Kryptonian other than Kara, aka Supergirl, but we do also have the I forgot what it was called, but that other planet out there that's like the new Krypton with Supergirl's mother and everything. So I'm a little confused by this. Like, who is this character? So definitely let me know in the comments below if you know who this is. Maybe this is some Kryptonian from Captain Luthor's Earth, who, by the way, we never even saw in this episode. Or maybe this is a character in some relation to Zod. Probably not, because that'd be a lot to introduce in this first season, but I don't know. This is interesting. It definitely gets me hyped up for the next couple episodes here as well. So, guys, again, another great episode. I love seeing all these developments with Clark as Superman, Lois investigating Morgan Edge, this mysterious Kryptonian-ish person at the end, Jordan now playing football, some developments with Sarah. So, just a great overall episode. And I love this show so much, and I cannot wait to see more from Superman and Lois. But guys, of course, let me know down in the comments below all your thoughts on this episode and theories for the future of Superman and Lois. So, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.